Good morning everybody. Needless to say, it's a very slow start to the day today. I've got a late start for work, so I'm trying to loosen my muscles a bit with a slow walk with the dogs. The other day I had 100 burpees, so I was already knackered, and then yesterday I did the 5-mile route, well 7 laps, which is about 0.7 miles around the path down. It's actually on the same park, it's down the bottom there. I'll show you in a bit more detail in a little while. But yeah, because I can barely move today, I'm just trying to loosen my muscles up a little bit and hopefully be in a bit of a better position to do a workout later on. The plans have changed a little bit today as well. I was supposed to be going out for a meal this evening, but the forecast is for heavy... What? You tell them. Oh. The forecast is for heavy snow later, so we've changed those plans because nobody wants to get stuck in the snow. Anyway, there's some people coming now and I need to sort the dogs out. Be back in a minute. Sorry about that. Somebody was coming the opposite way with dogs, and Max is here to show off his stick. Max, let's have a look. Oh, it's very nice. So yeah, yesterday it was quite dark when I was doing my 7-lap walk, and I'm on the same park now, but I'm on the top end of it. That path you can see down there next to the main road, that's where I was doing the filming, because that's where the street lights are, obviously. And then just to the right hand side there, the road kind of veers around to the left, but the path on the park stays to the right. And so with the trees in between the path and the lights, it got very dark. My eyes did adjust quite quickly, and because the path itself is light, it was quite easy to see, but not for the camera. It was useless for the camera. So yeah, I was going from left to right across the top path there, and then you get to the other end of the park on the dark side, round again and across just where this nearer row of trees are. There's a stream on the other side of those trees, and then a path which I was going from right to left, and that's where I was literally just walking along looking up at the stars, which I told you about. And it really is a lovely walk. It's also quite nice during the day as well, of course, with the stream. I have in the past seen the kingfisher a few times. Usually with the kingfisher you see it like if you see it once, then you'll see it a couple of times every week almost. But then I haven't seen it for a year or two now. The heron also makes an appearance quite regularly, although the stream down there goes underneath the road and into the woods on the other side, and the heron does tend to stay on that side more. Those woods as well are really nice to walk through, but not during the night when it's dark. It's far too spooky. One other thing I see there quite regularly is the egret. In fact, this park is the only place I've ever seen an egret in this country. I see them quite often in Wales when I go there, but only here once. So that was a nice surprise. I'm not going back down there today though. I'm just slowly walking up and down this flat bit up at the top, just because my legs are shot basically. I haven't had anything to eat yet for breakfast because frankly it took all my energy just to get up out of bed this morning. So I've brought with me, just to have some snacks before dinner, just a bag of fruit really, some grapes, banana, apple and an orange again. I really enjoyed that yesterday actually, even though it's really cold, but I don't really have much of a choice today. I do need to put more effort into eating better breakfasts, I know that. In terms of how I'm feeling with my muscle soreness, I think it's actually a good indicator that I have done too much too soon. And I was expecting to be achy, to be honest. You know, I haven't done anything like this for a long time, so of course my muscles aren't used to it. My partner does say that I should have a day off. I'm not going to do that, like I promised you at the beginning of this vlog. However, I certainly won't be able to do anything leg-based today. I'm not sure what workout, hello again, I'm not sure what workout I am going to be doing, but it will definitely only be upper body. But just to make sure that I get the most out of it, I'm going to wait as long as possible today and probably do my workout quite late in the evening. What you got? I've just got back to the van with the dog now and had a bit of fruit that I brought for breakfast. It's really not ideal in the van actually, with all the dogs, but unfortunately the snow's due at about 3 o'clock this afternoon, and so it doesn't look like I'll be getting the car fixed anytime soon. As you could see when I was getting in the van, it was a bit of a struggle. My legs are still killing me, and I'm sure you're all sick of hearing me say that and moaning about it by now. But I do think a lot of it's actually just mind over matter, because I am able to do it. My muscles hurt, but they are able to get me in the van. It's just a case of accepting that it's going to hurt and getting myself prepared for that. My version of pasta bolognese. I'm in the gym now and it's absolutely freezing in here, so if you can hear a strange noise, and that's the fan heater, it's simply too cold for the radiators to cope. It was actually due to snow at 3 o'clock today. It hasn't done yet, but we were actually due to be going for a meal with the in-laws. That's been cancelled because of the threat of snow, but now because that hasn't turned out to be the case so far, we've rearranged that meal for tomorrow, and we'll have to see what happens then. Before we go into today's workout though, I just wanted to say that I am aware that I did go too fast and too hard into the cardio workouts. I mean, first workout being 100 burpees, followed by, when my legs were already aching, doing 5-mile walk. And yeah, that's why I can barely move now. So I am aware of that, and yeah, I admit I was a bit over enthusiastic to start this journey. As a result of that, obviously today I'm not going to be doing any leg exercises, but I've been having a look online, and actually there isn't a whole lot that I can do cardio only wise without using my lower body. So today what I thought I'd do is an upper body only workout with very light weights. Hopefully that will allow my upper body muscles to do what I should have tried to do with my lower body muscles. That way I'll be more likely, hopefully, to be able to carry on a steady pace instead of doing as I did with my lower body, which is to go from 0 to 100 and basically kill myself. Now, because my shoulders are still quite sore from doing the burpees, mean, they're not as bad as they were, but they are still a little bit sore. So what I'm going to start with today is doing my physiotherapy exercises, and then I'll go on to some arm exercises and back exercises. Okay, I'm going to start with one of the exercises what the physio gave me, which is basically, it starts off as a front raise, moving out to the sides, and then I'm not really sure what to call it, but it's basically the second half of a lateral raise where you're going down. So a lateral drop, a lateral lower, I don't know. Anyway, so that's what we'll do first. I am only on, what am I on? I can't walk properly. I like bending over as long as I keep my legs straight. I'm on 1.5 kilos. That's what the physio said that I can work with for this particular exercise. There are actually only two 0.5 kilo weights on this, which is 1 kilo obviously, plus the weight of the bar itself. I'm not sure how much that weighs, so I'm guessing it's around 1.5 kilos. So I've got to do 12 of these, and she says that I must take 5 seconds for each one. So it's the lowering that hurts the most, to be honest. Going up the front's fine, starts to hurt a bit there, especially on my right hand side, and then here, right there, it's almost like I can feel the tendon popping out from being trapped. Sometimes it does it on my left hand side as well, but not as bad. When I do a full front raise where my palms facing down, when I used to do it at the gym, which is where I suspect I started with the problem in the first place, on the way down it was really, really painful, which is one of the reasons why I stopped going to the gym. Oh, I've lost count. I think that's 6. And apparently this exercise is just gently stretching and improving the muscle all around the shoulder. Well, the front and the sides mainly, I think. I'm supposed to do 3 sets of these as well, by the way. But what I think I'll do is just do, well, I'll obviously do 3 sets, but I'll do 1 set normally like this, and then I'll probably just skip, fast forward the other 2 sets of each exercise that I do. So that's 1 set, and I'll give myself probably about a minute before I start the next one. That's set 2. And yeah, I was actually starting to feel it more on my left shoulder than I was my right. Also, I forgot to say earlier about my dinner. When I got home from work, I had my dinner straight away because I was absolutely starving, and because my muscles were aching so much, I decided to go for something with quite a bit more protein, which the vegan mince has. I'll be putting a list of the calories of what I've eaten all day at the end of this video, like I usually do. But it was a really nice meal actually. Pasta with sauce, mixed veg and the vegan mince. Just to help my muscles a little bit further along as well, I'm probably going to have a protein shake after this workout too. The powder that I've got is probably out of date actually. I've had it for quite a while, so I'll have to give it a sniff. But as long as it doesn't smell funny, then I'll go ahead with it. I'm not too fussy about stuff like that. Anyway, I'm going to crack on with set 3 and then move on to the next exercise. And yes, I do realise that I'm walking as if I cracked myself. That's the 3 sets of those done. Now, because I can bend as long as I keep my legs straight, I'm going to try some. These are 2.5, 5 kilos each. I'm not going to be going all the way to the ground because I'll just fall over. So I'll just go as low as I can and then slowly back. And I'll aim for the 3 sets of course, but I really don't want to overdo it any more than I already have done. So let's just see how we go. Again, I'll do 1 set and then I'll fast forward however many other sets I do. Well, I can definitely tell I haven't done any of those for a while. By the way, in case you're wondering, I am wearing jeans, yes. Not the traditional workout attire, I know, but it's bloody freezing in here. Time for set 2 now of the straight leg deadlifts. And I did just realise actually that I'm not going to be feeling any aching of this until late tonight. I mean, it's already 20 to 10 now. So probably in the morning I'll feel any aching, if there is any, which I suspect there will be a little bit. But if my legs haven't got much better and my back's starting to ache, I'm in trouble. Anyway, we'll see what happens. Another 12. Ooh, yummy. Yeah, I'm already really feeling that. But I know I said I wasn't going to kill myself, but it does feel really nice. And that's one of the things I used to enjoy about going to the gym. The ache for me is a nice feeling. The ache on my thighs at the moment is not a nice feeling. The ache tomorrow on my back, if I have one, which I probably will not be a nice feeling, but the ache now is a nice feeling. I'm going to have 1 minute and then start with my third set. Yeah, it's feeling good. Set number 3. I'm enjoying this. Oh, I was struggling there, but it's good. It's a good struggle. I'm not really sure what to do next. I've given my arms a bit of a rest from doing my first exercise with the front and side raises and lowerings. Might just do some bicep curls now, or you know, actually I'll do some tricep, what do you call it, not hammer curls, tricep curls with the 1 kilos. Because even when I was good at the gym, I think in my best, I think I was only about 7.5 kilos with the overhead tricep curls, so I don't think I'll last long with this. I might have to adjust the camera actually. And I'll do my left hand first, because I don't want to be doing more with one hand than the other, and I'm more likely to be doing less with my left hand than my right. Even though my shoulder on my right is the worst one. But the idea is to keep all the effort going through your tricep, not your shoulder. When I first started doing this, when I wasn't confident, so many years ago when I first started going to the gym, to make sure that I didn't have my arm going too far back or forward, I used to put my other hand across here, across my head, and my hand against the side of my elbow, and that ensured that my other arm wasn't going anywhere. Another option is to change the position of your arm and then go down across the side like that, which might be safer that way. If you drop it, it's going to go straight down instead of hurting your elbow. Depends how confident you are, I guess. I'm not sure whether there's any benefit to doing it this particular way over the other way. Oh, I'm feeling that already. I'll have to Google that actually and see. I've lost count there. Oh, but you see there, lowering the weight does put pressure on your shoulder, and that hurt. But the ache from doing the actual tricep press, that was a good ache. But yeah, like I was saying, I think I'll Google on whether there is a benefit going from the what I call straight up. There's probably a name for it as well, which I'm not sure of. Yeah, if there's a benefit over that, then going sideways. It probably does hit different parts of the muscle, but not that I'm aware of. So it'll be interesting to find out. I've lost count again here. I think I'm on about 8 or 9. Slowly, you see that? Yeah, that hurts again, you see, so I've just got to go easy with it with my shoulder. There are other tricep exercises, of course, but I don't have the equipment here, unfortunately. Really, you don't need any time in between sets with these, because whilst you're working one arm, your other arm's having the rest. But because like I say, I don't want to kill myself, and I am trying to learn a lesson about not doing too much too soon, despite what I just said about my back, I know. I'm just going to give myself a minute. That's 3 sets of the tricep extension done. I'm tempted to go for something like just a regular bicep curl now, or possibly a wrist curl or a reverse wrist curl. I also want to do some side bends. I'm not going to be doing any sit-ups today. I'm just wondering actually if side bends would hurt my legs more. No, I think I'll be alright with that. There's also bent over rows. I haven't done those. I was never really fantastic at those anyway when I used to go to the gym, so yeah, I haven't done those for a long time. Probably have to take it easy with that, especially because I've already done the straight leg deadlifts. But yeah, I think I'll just go with the 5 kilos for regular bicep curls. I'll have to adjust this again. Not sure I'll be doing 3 sets of these. To be honest, I don't really like these weights because I prefer the sort of the collars which you can screw on, and these are the ones where you've got a pin, so it's a bit like a vice really, you know, where you turn the pin and it slides through to the other side, and then you turn it a bit more, and as it tightens. I just find with these sorts of weights, they come loose very easily. I need to stop talking whilst I'm doing this because I'm losing track. I think that's 7. That felt okay, but let me show you what I mean. Like these collars, you kind of got the pin what you push through, and then you tighten up. Oh, I've just untightened it. Oops. So you've got a really get it nice and tight, but even though it's tight, because the bar is smooth, it doesn't take much when you, I mean look at that, it's already loose. You can see the pin moving. So it really doesn't take much for it to come loose at all. Which, I mean, none of my weights have ever come off, even when I was using them every day years ago. But I still don't trust them 100%. The other ones, much nicer. So you've got the screw collar, so you can see a mile off if that's coming loose, and actually it does tend to be nice and strong as well, nice and sturdy. As and when I can afford it, I do want to replace all the weights with those, I don't even know what they're called, those sort of collars, but the ones that I don't like, I want to replace with the screw collars and appropriate dumbbells. Which is, I've actually only got one more set, excuse me, one moment. Hello, are you coming in? Come on. You on the telly? You come to see me? It's nice. You going to your bed? You going to your bed? Meow. Look, do you want to say hello to the camera? No, you're going to be a cow. Okay. Right. Set 2. What? You asked to come in. What do you have? Oh, don't tell me off. It's your decision. Yeah. Bloody cat. I love her though. She's cute. Set 2. Strange, isn't it, how with some exercises you'll do them all with one hand, like the tricep extension. You'll do all with one arm and then all with the other arm, but why don't you just do one at a time? Yeah, this looks dodgy, I know. Yeah, you don't do your bicep curls all at one side, or do you? I never have done. Maybe you do. I think I'll have to YouTube that. Time for set 3. That feels good. I'm going to do some side bends now, then I'll do some wrist curls and reverse wrist curls, then I'll finish off with some bent over rows. I always used to hate bent over rows, unless I was with the machine. The machines were okay, which is basically just a narrow grip, low down row, pulling into your stomach on a cable machine. I used to really like that, but just with free weights like these, I always hated it. So I'll do that last, and then it's a reward to finish the workout. For now, side bends, and I'll use the 5 kilos. I'm literally just going down one side 12 times, back straight, it's a really strange exercise is this, because I remember when the very first time I did any of this was, and I did it probably about the same sort of weight, about 5 kilos, and I thought, oh, this is easy, so I went up to 10, still easy. I think I ended up at about 20 kilos and did 3 sets of 12 and thought, oh, it's so easy, there can't possibly be any benefit to this. And then that night, wife said, well, you're probably going to be aching tomorrow now, you know, if you've done too much like that. And so I started to get a little bit nervous, but the next day came and I wasn't aching. So I must have been right. You know, if I'm not aching, then I can't be getting much benefit from it. Maybe I need to go heavier. The next day, I couldn't move. It was almost like a delayed reaction. And when I say I couldn't move, I mean like I couldn't move. Someone may as well have taken my hip joints away. It was agony to do anything. Damn it, I've lost count. Alright, I'm going to shut up anyway now. I can't remember exactly where I was with what I was saying, but I think basically the gist of it was, if you're going to start doing side bends, don't do too much at once. Like I did the other day with the burpees. Just take it easy and expect to be aching the first time you do the side bends. I actually ended up quite enjoying doing them. I enjoyed doing most weightlifting exercises, and I really do miss going to the gym. So I'm enjoying this now. But yeah, that was one thing that I'll always remember, is the first, maybe not the day after, but the day after that, of the first time that I'd ever done side bends. Oh, that was a bad day. But now, having done this now, like, I don't feel anything. I didn't feel aching or anything whilst I was actually doing it. But because it's been so long since I have done it before, I'm not risking overdoing it. Not with that. I can cope with not walking properly. I can't cope with not even being able to sit up or turn over in bed. Not again. Time for set 3. set 3. I'm going to have a go at some wrist curls and reverse wrist curls now. Usually I would have sat down and done these with my forearm resting against my leg. However, I really don't want to be sitting down and standing up unnecessarily because my thighs are still murdering me. So I'm just going to stand and support one arm with the other, and I think I'll probably use 5 kilos. Yeah, I think I'll use the 1 kilos. I should really make a set of 2s up. I've got a spare pair, but I haven't got enough single weights to make 2 sets, I don't think. What's that? 2.5s. I'm going to use the 1 kilos. So I'll just rest my elbow against my hand there. This is another one of those where you can just go straight from one to the other without having to have a rest in between, unless you're doing really heavy weights. You've got to be careful as well to focus your energy into your forearm. It's quite easy to tense your bicep. I've only remembered that because I've just done it myself. Ooh. Try and get a bit of a better angle for you. It's quite hard to keep your arms still, only focus on the wrist whilst you're not resting it against your leg. That's very poor form, I think. Was that the first set or the second set? I can't remember. I think that was the first set.
You ready? My cheesecakes are ready.
Apparently someone's been making cheesecakes. Not for me, of course, because I'm on a diet.
you want to see them?
I'll have a look, yeah. My eyes aren't on a diet.
They're not human.
For the dogs?
Yes. Look.
Hold on. Come and show the camera.
Well,
So whilst I'm doing my exercises, Becky's making dog cheesecakes. They look cool. Hey, look at those. And it's okay to think they look nice because they're not for humans. Set 2. Actually, I'm going to jump straight into the reverse wrist curls, and they are literally exactly the opposite. So we're doing wrist curls like that, now we're doing reverse wrist curls like that. I'm already starting to feel that, to be honest. Set 2. I do remember not being able to do as much weight on the reverse as I could on the regular. I don't know what I'll do. This one. Last set. Yeah, I'm feeling this now. Oh, dear me. Jesus. I enjoyed that. I did, even though, yeah, my wrist really felt that. I think I'm just going to do some bent over rows to finish off the workout. I don't know whether to do them with weights or use one of the stretchy things. Let's just get it over and done with. It's not that I find it difficult, it's uncomfortable. And it does actually put a lot on your back, on like not how you'd think. Like it's almost like it puts a lot on your back to stabilise yourself rather than to lift the actual weight. And that's what I don't like about it really. It's just uncomfortable. I know it's worth it, but there you go. Anyway. Yeah, I'm thinking the 5s are too much. Yeah, they're too much. So bent over rows are basically you bend over, and instead of rowing like with the rowing machine, I mean you can do it both ways I suppose, they'll work different muscles I guess, but you can either have your hands down like you would with a rowing machine, or you can have your hands sideways. I think sideways works more your lats, and palms down works your lower back, I guess. I don't know really. I'll have to Google that one as well. But either way, whichever muscles they work, they need to get back into the swing of things again, so I'll just do probably front. But I'm not bending my legs, no chance. I don't know then if I was actually going too far to the sides. I might have been working my rear delts there, back of the shoulders, as opposed to the back. I think just because I'm not working to anything specific here, I'm just looking to get my muscles working again. I'll change for the second set and go for the sideways grip. Third set now, and the final set of this workout. Again, I'll do straight grip. And we're done. Oh. And we're done. I've enjoyed that. It's been a good workout. I don't feel knackered, to be honest. I mean, maybe my lower back a little bit. But all in all, yeah, I feel quite good, and I'm happy with that. I think it's been good just to ease with the weights. I didn't want to kill myself again like I have done with my legs. I shouldn't have done that. It was a bad idea. But like I said earlier, I just got a bit overexcited, and this workout I've been able to just calm myself down a bit and do things a bit more properly. Plus, I've got a better idea of what I'm doing with the weights as well, whereas with cardio, I never used to do cardio before anyway. So I wasn't really sure what to expect or how much I could cope with. Whereas with the weights, I've got an idea of how my body, at least how my body used to react to certain things. Now I'm coming up to 40. Yeah, maybe things are going to start changing, but at least I've got the basic idea of what's going on. But anyway, for now, with the workout done, I'm going to go and get a quick shower and then go downstairs, because earlier on we nipped to the supermarket. Yes, I know, shocker. And finally bought some more avocados. And because I had a fruit breakfast this morning and I've already had a decent meal this afternoon after work, for my supper I'm going to have avocado and tomato toast.